Ladies and gentlemen, the energy is wild, and I've been drinking, and I definitely have a post Saturday Night Live energy to me tonight on this midnight shift. Asteroid Fight Club watch of all the things that are happening. And it is last day of February, full on, full moon, snow moon, energy for sure. And I have survived up to this point, and you have survived up to this point. But the October through February run, and let's call February dark winter because my power went out for like 3 days and it got cold and it snowed. That was all wild and crazy. But there are rumors that spring and summer may be a lot better than what we've been going through over the last 2 years. But there's definitely a doomy and gloomy, nobody knows what's going to happen next aspect to things. And where 2020 was all about the virus, death, Trump, and Biden, Nostradamus seems to have suggested that this year is going to be about Italy and France. You know, we'll have to verify that theory, but Mount Etna has definitely been erupting like crazy and has been a main story of definitely February. And this is one of the latest ejections, and it's definitely one of the most ghostbuster, creepy, like, whoa, images we have seen out here for a while. And we have reason to believe as Jupiter and Saturn move past Pluto and head towards Neptune and Uranus, it may get more earthquakey and volcano-y. And it's like cliffhangers everywhere. I have things set up to where I do a fundraiser every month to see if I can live and THORnews can continue to do it like I do. It's a fundraiser every month, and now it's a pandemic, so things got complicated and things overall are weird. But I got 3.8 days left to raise $1,560. And so if you'd like to contribute, I got ways you can do it. They will be in the details left below. And thank you to everybody out there who has contributed or has ever contributed or is just awesome. And nobody really knows what is going to happen next in life and with the sun. Though, through our modern recorded history of it, people do have seemed to recognize that the sun does seem to operate, live, breathe, be in solar minimum, solar maximum patterns that take place about every 11-ish years, just like Jupiter has an orbit around the sun that is like 11 years and 314 days. It was almost 12 years, but not 12. But I'm just saying the two seem to operate in some type of time sync, and they're two of the biggest bodies in our solar system that we know about. And the moon, if it talking about relation to us from our perspective. But we have the sun waking up after we just got hit by a giant wild winter storm here in Texas, as Europe itself was getting super hot. We had 3 sunspots appear really fast, and then 2 are still kind of hanging there, although they're spinning around. And it looks like both of them have been active as we have just had another C-class solar flare. Then we've got a coronal hole here that'll be facing us. Then we'll be getting hit in the face with its fast-moving solar wind, which me and a lot of people agree could boost the chance of earthquakes and volcanic activity. Yeah, the fact that of all the things I could be doing, I get to talk to you about this stuff. It definitely is never boring. It is always interesting, and it presents us with good visuals that are fascinating and give us an idea of what is happening, not just with the sun, but weather around us as well. And we look out for patterns. And the QPF has been kind of going crazy, and definitely since they predicted that the winter was going to be a lot warmer than they thought, and it turned out to be a lot colder, the models have been haywire, man. And so even the QPF models showing where projected rainfall will be over the next 7 days over the last 48 hours have changed. So we're definitely watching out, now that flood season has begun, for heavy flooding happening spontaneously in areas that were not projected well, but just because that shit is more complicated, that most people understand. And we need to upgrade our tools. What's he talking about? A giant, dangerous, potentially dangerous rain pickle that is over the south and has targets around Kentucky, out Mississippi. Wait, no. Kentucky and Tennessee. But definitely over the next 40 hours, Mississippi and Alabama as well. But what? That over the last 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours, the alert signals from different sources that have gone up, that have been focused on Kentucky, have increased exponentially, it would seem, from my perspective. NWS Louisville. Flooding is likely to develop today and tonight, especially across portions of Kentucky. Significant flash flooding is possible. If you encounter a flooded road, turn around. Over half of all flood-related drownings occur when a vehicle is driven into flood water. And so, the moisture will be moving over the land in the specific southeast pattern, which is going to cause problems for everybody along the strip. This atmospheric river here, the Orion Arm, seems to extend from somewhere south of the Hawaiian Islands up through Mexico, up through Texas, the southeast, and then moves out. And sometimes, depending upon where all the moisture gathers around the high pressure, people get nailed with a lot of floody rain. And then you throw in volcanoes here, and then over here in Italy. It complicates things. And we're trying to figure it out and watch it and adapt to it as it happens. And I have to convey that information to you in a way you want to absorb. Asterisk. Okay, volcano. But right now, the one volcano earthquake signal is coming out south of Chile. The sun has been very active across multiple parts of its surface area over the last 48 hours. Do you hear me? Whoa. So that is interesting, and it's something I do like to track here because the sun is the center of our weather. That's a good one. I definitely like it when it makes the X. So every time it makes the X, you'll probably hear me get excited. Ooh. From now, 2021 to 2025, 2027, when it's predicted we'll hit solar maximum again. I go, ooh, every time it makes the X. Did I have a couple beers tonight? Yes, absolutely, because it is the end of a rough February, and we are all getting ready for the Ides of March. I don't even know this, but March is named after Mars. Martes. And so, March is going to, the Ides of March are going to have a Marchian theme to it. If you haven't gotten enough March yet over the last few years, or since 2020, or the year 2000, then, well, get ready, buddy, because severe weather season will happen during the March Madness. And we're dealing with the elements here. We got ice, fire, which is rain, and then fog. So you got ice storm, snowstorm, rainstorm, and then fog storm, and then critical fire weather conditions and a Santa Ana event coming up for the West Coast. So they had this whole thing right here, this strip, as far as what we want to take our weird weather watch up to. Well, when was the last time we saw a strip of fog, and then a strip of rain, and then a strip of, I saw 3 different creatures of the sky floating across our map. It's a good sign, but it's a sign that could be dangerous. We'll see. Stay tuned. It's a cliffhanger. And then I have fundraisers in the middle of these cliffhangers to see if I can continue to pass out good information, helping people avoid danger. But one thing that we've noticed, if we watch this 48-hour mixed precipitation map, is the red now indicates a severe weather possibility for the red zones. And so we're definitely watching this for a lot of rain over the next 48 hours. You can see the green covering up just about everything along the way with some snowy and sleety at the top. But it has now just added the red. That's like at least 24 hours of the 3 corners. And I guess this is dipped down into Louisiana, 4 corners of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. So we have now put up over the next 48 hours the warning for a red alert of this is new on the map, severe weather possible. And definitely flood possible around this portion or anywhere you see fucking heavy green. I didn't mean to cuss. Dang, I thought I could go without it, but I did not. It happened. Shucks. Astro, if I glow, what you gonna do? This is one of those videos where I guess I'm like the sound of my own voice, or there's just a bunch going on to cover. Deadwood, South Dakota. It was a snowy Saturday. Check this time lapse of the white stuff accumulating. And that is what we're doing. Oh, crap, it melted. And the Department of Defense focusing on the technological invention and evolution of the airplane. And how black people are awesome. And it's Black History Month. And so that we've all been fighting for freedom and a better future together for a long time. A lot of people have been arguing and fighting and clashing along the way. So it took a lot to get here. And hopefully we can continue to move forward as one Earth family, regardless of skin color or dumbass beliefs. I mean, I'm just saying that everybody's politically become like a dumbass believer. Seems over the last, I don't know, 5 years. Now I'm talking too much, I guess. But what I'm saying is that, like, I don't know, for 20 years I've been like, hey, man, we all need to end war and work together as one Earth family. And people are like, no, if we do that, the devil wins. And that excuse to work together and treat each other well doesn't make any sense to me. You know, feed everybody, keep the lights on. Basics, man. Uh-oh. But I think Valhalla, Asgard, and Wakanda have gotten together forever. Owen Murph Humphreys, the snow moon rises over a ship in the North Sea tonight near Tynemouth. Full moon energy. And after a rough month, there have been bursts of optimism over the last 48 hours. And so, like I said, there are people out there saying, hey, March and April may be much better than what the last year and a half has been. So that's cool. We'll see, though, because we're still dealing with France, Italy, everything else, and earthquakes. This 40 minutes ago, another 5 earthquake in Alaska, which is part of America. I don't know if you knew that. You do now. And so things are interesting, for sure. So in conclusion, I'm going to continue to bring you guys this zaniness information as long as I can. And after stressful months that we made it through, I may try to unwind and depressurize as much as possible. Maybe next time we'll talk about the SpaceX potato gun cock blocking pistol. It really works. Humor is medicine. Or is that laughter? Okay. China just put an orbiter around Mars. The United Arab Emirates put an orbiter around Mars. NASA just put a helicopter on Mars. This is an Indian polar satellite launch vehicle placed Brazil's Amazonian 1 satellite into orbit Sunday to begin a mission monitoring deforestation. And this is Russia putting up Soyuz, a rocket, into outer space. And one of the things is, since the 1800s, the economy is like a ground-based, Earth-based economy. And supposedly with the Jupiter-Saturn transition, we're more of an air-based, meaning like space above us, where we go from a false scarcity economy to a shared abundance economy. We'll see. But I'm going to stay cool and do my best and recognize that 2021 is going to throw a lot of surprises at us. And I hope you will do the same. And thank y'all very much. Get ready for the Ides of March. And I've still got a little over 3 days of my fundraiser left. If you can and would like to contribute to keep THORnews up and running, I got a snail mail. And I love the letters and postcards that you guys send me. That is so great. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And all the great words and prayers and everything. But if you'd like to contribute, I got PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Patron. Only $1,560 left to go for March. So I'm going to do my best. If you guys can help, that would be great. And I will try to make do with whatever I have. Thank you very much to Asteroid Fight Club, God, and Andrea, Rick, Teresa, the Wizard of Oz, Joe, Melissa, Mike, and Cody. Y'all are awesome. And Asteroid Fight Club. Everybody stay cool, and I'll talk to y'all in the near future. Peace out, and I definitely pray for better days. And from my scientific recollection, the sun has taken care of us pretty much every day of our entire lives. That the sun has not died on our watch. But yeah, things are going to be very Age of Aquarius future-ish. We'll see. Okay. Talk to you soon. I guess I'm in a mood. Maybe you are too. That's beautiful. And the sun is waking up. That's excellent news to me. Stay cool. God bless everyone.